Mr. Larson, the writer, he recently passed. So, did you feel any difficulty when you were doing this, knowing that he would never be able to see it when you were making this film?
I think it's more like in a different situation you would discuss things with the writer, especially, of course, the character, especially Lisbeth's character, because Lisbeth's character is a very, very, very interesting character and has become like an icon character, probably the most interesting character coming out of Swedish film and literature for like many years. So of course it would have been really, really nice to be able to discuss that with Steve, but and I would say I felt it like even greater responsibility to interpret his vision onto the white screen, you know, with him not being here to give his comment or anything like that. So yeah, I mean that was difficult, but in a way something that made you very responsible. Even I think I would have been that alright, but I mean even more in a way.
Right, and so Lisbeth, she's a very private character in the book, and we learn more about her as it goes, or in the movie, excuse me. We learn more about her as it goes along. But what I was wondering, what do you think the dragon tattoo really is?
Well, I think you can see different signs in her body, you know, that are like puzzle pieces from her past. And I think that she have, in a way, created this hard shell around her to protect herself from, you know, everybody in the outside world. And it's like she's in some kind of war against everybody else almost. And I think that she's, you know, inside she's really vulnerable and sensitive and afraid of many things, but she have learned to be strong instead of, you know, emotional and so on. So I think the tattoo is only, you know, one of those signs of what she want to send out, what kind of message she want to give the world about herself.
Well, I'm looking at you right now, and I'm looking at
Well, he didn't recognize me yesterday when he
behind you.
I don't know which one I like best.
No, me neither. Well, I'm doing a film in Norway, so this haircut is for in a film.
No, I think it's fantastic to see Nomi like this because it proves, which I always thought, but she has so many more characters inside herself.
Especially the last.
Like the dragon, but she has many dragons and many different things. I think the dragon for Lisbeth's character is power.
Yes,
and it's like no matter what happens to her, she has this tremendous power within.
Yeah, and she refused to be a victim. She refused to feel sorry for herself. She always finds a way to act instead of just being, you know, stuck in feelings. And
and that's a great inspiration for a lot of women.
That's what I was going to say, because we do see her helpless as a victim in some scenes, but also we see her take revenge.
Yeah,
kind of. So it's interesting.
So I think those scenes, you know, when she's walking home after the rape scene and in the apartment when she checks the camera and, you know, do I have the evidence against him? Can I start this war against him? And then when she comes back to him, I think those scenes are very important. And you can also see a bit deeper into her and see how she have managed to survive.
In a lot of those dark scenes, was it hard for you, just as a person, filming them and getting into that character? And
well, yes, of course. But I think it's so extremely important that you trust the director, the team around you, and the actor. So we didn't rehearse anything. We talked through the scenes and we came to some agreements and, you know, how far can we go, and I think it's extremely important that you share some kind of vision. Okay, what do we want out of the scene? And I think you know, we were pretty close to what we wanted, and we wanted the scene to be as realistic as possible. And then of course you have to throw yourself into it, and you have to do, you know, I don't want to, I have to let my vanity go away, and I have to let go of control in a way. So of course it's hard, but it's necessary.
And the important thing about especially the rape scene when Björman rapes Lisbeth is that it has to be horrific. It can't be entertaining.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of rape scenes in cinema and movies, and I dislike all of them because I think they're all like cheap vehicles for making drama. What we talked about was that I actually used 3 weeks figuring out how I was going to shoot this, and then I came up with that the preparation of the rape was more interesting than seeing the rape. And so we talked about what does it take from Björman to get control over Lisbeth so he can actually rape her. And that creates in the movie a 2-minute scene where you're caught as the audience, you're caught the same way as Lisbeth is in the apartment, and that's much more horrific than actually seeing. The actually rape you only see for like 7 seconds. Then you see the after effect with Lisbeth, which is also stronger because the audience has their own imagination with them all the time. But for me, it was very important because Stig's book has this, heavy undertone against violence against women in Sweden and stuff, and I really wanted the political edge.
I dreamt so many nightmares also, it was. So it's of course, it affects you a lot, but...
Peter Anderson, who plays Bjurman, said when he was lying there tied, he said he only did that part because he bought an expensive car and he needed the money.
Yeah.
I think he was just joking. He's a good guy. He's very, very courageous, very fantastic actor.
Yeah, and a bit shy. And he was very
which was
nice.
actually good. And the confidence between him and Naomi was very, very important too.
So the title of the book, or it's Men Who Hate Women. Do you think that that's a major problem society is exposing that problem, through this film, a way to combat it?
I absolutely think it's a major problem in society. I mean, I think the statistic here in the US is 1 out of 4 women getting raped. I mean, and the statistic in Scandinavia is bad too. I mean,
but hate is a big problem, I know so many women that really hate men also, so I think it's really, I think hate is dangerous because it can
women
make you
hate men.
So
but I think you can, I think that the film is a big entertaining film. It also contains certain subjects. I think that, people you would not expect to discuss these subjects over the dinner table has kind of started discussing this over the dinner table because of these films. So there is a way to go. That, I think it was important for Naomi and I that we made something that was not just entertainment, even though it's fine with entertainment, but it really had to carry those elements. And I feel it does.